Now it's time to see who has the heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Welcome to the Best of Tailgate Talk, where we go back into the archives and hear some of our special guests you may have missed the first time around. We'll be back with the Best of Tailgate Talk after this. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. Call 233-4430 or order online at Applebee's.com and pick your meal up with Carside to Go. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 in Athens, just off I-65. Eating good in the neighborhood. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Takes a snap. He's rolling to his left. He's looking downfield. He's looking in the end zone. Throws a jump ball. It's complete. Touchdown, Golden Eagles.
Join us this coming season for Athens High School football. Greg Young will bring you all the exciting play-by-play online at WKAC1080.com or on your WKAC Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device by saying Play WKAC Sports. Listen for the radio replays Saturdays at noon and check out the archives on the WKAC Sports page. Golden Eagle football from 1080 WKAC. The Best of Tailgate Talk is back, and we're going to go back a few years for some of these segments. More recent conversations will get us started, though. We'll begin with a visit we had with Mark McCarter back in January at UAH. He's the Assistant Athletic Director of External Relations at the school. After that, we'll hear from another local guy, Kris Walker with Roush Racing. We were at Eli's Block Party Car Show at the time, and Clay Freak Daddy Coleman joined us for that segment as well. Next, we jump back about 5 years for a talk we had with former UCLA and NBA player and coach Henry Bibby. We'll follow that up with a phone call with former Major League outfielder and first baseman Jim Gosger, also from 5 years ago. We go back to the NBA well and hear an interview with former coach and player Ray Scott. And as a special treat for longtime listeners, many of these visits also include our fallen comrade Bama Zach. Before we get to all that, we'd like to congratulate some of our local players for some recent recognition. James Clemens' Noah Berry earned a spot on AL.com's Tennessee Valley Terrific 20 baseball team. He was joined by Elkmont's Ryan Boyd and Mikael Murrah. Athens' Emily Simon was named Player of the Year on the softball side. The top 20 list also included teammates Anna Carter and Morgan Stiles. Remember, you can check out the latest results by going to our website, tailgatetalk.net. Stay with us. The Best of Tailgate Talk will be back after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Hey guys, this is Abby with CEI Bookstore. I wanted to personally invite you to our annual Truth Lectureship happening July 11th through 14th at Athens Bible School. This year, the theme is I Believe in Jesus, an apologetic defense of faith in Jesus Christ. Our evening singing and keynote lectures start at 7 p.m. and with day lectures from 8 to 12. Want more information about Truth Lectures? Check out truthlectures.com or stop by CEI Bookstore. We look forward to seeing you the second week of July.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. Your future is bright, and you need fiber-fast internet to support you as you discover all of your possibilities. Sign up now for Ardmore Telephone Company's fiber-fast internet, and you'll get the first month free. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss all of our internet options with you to help you connect to everything you need. Give us a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
This summer, Tailgate Talk and WKAC bring you T-Shirt Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we'll give away a Tailgate Talk T-shirt to some lucky fan. Just go online to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. We'll post the winners on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it could be you. T-Shirt Tuesday this summer from Tailgate Talk and 1080 WKAC. Welcome back to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
We've got the guy here now. You may remember him from the Huntsville Times years ago. Mark McCarter. He is the Assistant AD of External Relations. Did I get that correct?
That's about right, yep.
All right. So you're basically able to tell us which sport's walking through, which sport's going through, who the players are.
That's right. It's been a crowded lobby. Our basketball team just got through with, I guess, some film study upstairs and filtered through, and lacrosse players came out of the locker room. And
trash talking the basketball team, and it runs into the door.
Sure. Yep. That's our. So, it's an amazing variety of sports here, though.
It is.
Having had a lacrosse here in the last couple of years.
And not only is it one of the top engineering schools in the country, it also is an amazing bunch of sports here.
It really is. It's I covered this program for a long time and came to a lot of games here, and it's just always impressed me, even back then as a journalist, just the way this program went about its business.
Right.
And then what Cade Smith has done as athletic director and the mission that he has and the way he operates this program, it just made it so easy for me to actually, I'd retired, so I came out of retirement. There's no
really. You come out of retirement to do this gig?
Yeah, I was going to. I had everything. I had a couple of other things in the works, and a wife who said, "Yeah, go ahead, and it's time to retire." And then we started talking about this, and that just, I think, shows how much this program means to me, and how much it's impressed me through the years, and certainly what Cade does.
Yeah. So what does Cade do? And explain a little bit about your job.
Okay. Well, Cade is our director of athletics.
Okay.
He oversees all of our programs and works with our coaches and just tries to create as great an environment here for the student athletes that he can. And I'm just sort of part of the team here, trying to help with get the message out and to get more partners involved with us.
Okay.
For all those years, I was around a lot of big-time athletics, covering college football and going to bowl games and Final Fours and things like that. But there's just something really special here that I think we like to remind the community of and sell the community on, that this is a place that's, it's not big time. There's a little more purity to this than that big time business of D1 sports, but we still can operate this in a big time fashion, and that's what we're trying to do, and make sure that it's a big time experience for the student athletes, and just try to remind the community, hey, you can be. We don't use the word sponsor. We want partners who work with us and join us and help and financially support the program and help just provide all the things our student athletes need.
And the facilities here are outstanding.
This is great. We in Spraggins, where we are right now, we won't be next year. In this, at least maybe this exact spot, but it'll look a little different. Where as soon as the final game of the basketball season is over with, we're going to have a transformation of Spraggins Hall. It's got a few years. I'm looking over your shoulder. There's a plaque on the wall that says this was built in '77.
Yeah,
and I have to remind myself it's still it's a great building. It's a great building for fans and for our staff and student athletes, but we want to modernize make it a little more spectator fan friendly and redo the lobby here and put some be able to do. We have a hospitality room now for some of our donors and supporters, but we want to be able to grow that experience too.
So put some of the if you can share some of the improvements that'll be made here.
Facelift here in the lobby, and then we do have what we call the varsity room that we're going to expand.
Okay,
that's it's a nice sizable room, but we just need to make it nicer and larger just to be able for fans that come in before the game. Our coaches are so loyal. The coaches will pop in 20 minutes before tip-off even and give a quick little scouting report.
Oh, cool.
To a group of fans that gather in there. We provide some little light meal for them and a place to go and a good experience. And then we'll have probably even another meeting room here. And just modernize it, and even the front of the building. We have it's still going to be the same building, but we're just going to put a little more lipstick on it.
How many of the sports actually work out of here? Say coaches' offices and things like that.
All the coaches are headquartered here, and in a suite of offices there. And of course, the teams that play their events here are men's and women's basketball and volleyball. And we have indoor facility. We have a workout facility for our indoor track team upstairs. Then we have just a quarter mile away or less Charger Park, which is home to our baseball field, softball field,
gotcha,
and the multi-purpose field for soccer and lacrosse. And then,
all right,
what we want to be able to do down the road, we'd love to be able to provide a good on-campus facility for track and field.
Yes.
Which that's one of those sports where you wind up it's not necessarily as much head-to-head competition like home-and-home basketball schedules, but having a home for those guys is going to be important for us.
You said the indoor track, is that upstairs?
Well, it's not a track itself, but just facilities behind the bleachers. There's just to be able to run vaulting pits, things like that.
Gotcha.
So the indoor track, the track team will work out in this building.
That's excellent.
Now, I asked Taylor about this before we actually got on the air, and I don't want to catch you off guard. I noticed a door here that says UAH Chargers Hockey.
Right.
All right. They had the big fundraising deal that went on here a couple of years ago, and I told Taylor I've been getting these emails several emails, and it's all the same cut and paste type thing. Wanting to save UAH hockey, and I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding going on out there about the situation there.
And Cade can elaborate on this even better than I, but hockey is suspended. The challenge was finding a conference in which we could play. The conference in which we participated in the past folded. Members from there joined other conferences, and our applications and inquiries about joining other conferences, they didn't want us in the club, and geography works against us, obviously, guys. It's really it's a challenge, and it's something that, again, suspended is the key word. The right kind of calls, right kind of conversations, but basically you can't survive. I mean, y'all can see that even in D1 football. How many teams can really thrive and survive in D1 football as an independent if you're not one of the academies or your name's not Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, exactly.
And I don't see a lot of gold domes around here except maybe my own. And
I got one close. I'm close there, buddy.
So it's at this point, so being able to compete as an independent just was not feasible to try to schedule. It would have been nothing but road games and certainly having to just spend a lot of money to get folks in here. So we've been appreciative of the fans and the alums that have supported that program. What's great is to see so many folks that we kind of, it was easy to classify as, well, they're hockey people. No, they're UAH people.
Yeah.
They're out here at basketball games, and they're offering their support as partners and ticket holders. So it's
Well, and that's what Taylor told me, but I think
and that's
that
what
there's
Taylor
probably
told me to tell you. No. It's been a great tradition, and I was my really second month on the job, I guess, when I came here in '98 as columnist at the Times, was the national championship. I remember the excitement over that. And it's
played Bemidji State to get that.
The hated Bemidji State Beavers.
Have you ever been up there?
No, but I had one of my favorite lines from a column was interviewing a woman who worked there before they played, and they were going to bring down their pep band even for the championship. And I said, pep band? She goes, oh, yeah, and we're internationally famous. I went, what? She goes, oh, yeah, we play in Canada all the time.
The reason I ask is I went to International Falls, which is just like close to Bemidji State, and it's cold up there.
I can imagine.
We were doing winter snow testing, so yeah, it was cold.
Wow. But yeah, I just, it seems to me, I mentioned the emails, that people might think that there's something kind of, they raised all this money. What have they done with it?
Oh yeah, and it was spent. It took care of paying the bills for this team to play last year.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, it's not. It certainly didn't go into my salary. Anyway, it's funny. We were laughing and as offline a little bit as some of the student athletes came out, and one of the guys sort of tripped, and one of the lacrosse players being goofy. But we have a promotion, or we have an event coming up in a couple of weeks. At halftime, we're going to honor all of our 4.0 student athletes.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
And it's remarkable. There are schools, most people that we play are celebrating and honoring their 3.0 athletes at halftimes and those kind of ceremonies. And here we're able to, we're doing the 4.0 guys. If we were to do 3.0 at student athletes at this university, we'd be here for 2 days. It's just such a bright bunch of guys.
And that's a statement to the college itself, because what I've heard, I don't know if it's true, but once you graduate with the engineering degree at UAH, it's the highest paid salary coming. You get the highest paid average nominal mean salary.
This is a great place for these folks to launch their careers, especially with engineering. And again, the school's become, even in my time in town, the last 20 years, gone from being just that almost pure engineering school. We talked about to so many other degree programs, between nursing program and business, and they are. I think it shows a lot about this university that doesn't have a journalism program, because that's really where the dumb people go. No. But yeah, it's spectacular. And then 46% of our student athletes remain in the Huntsville area after graduation. Yes. And so you see the student athletes back here at games, and they're bringing their kids with them to games. And that's foundation we're trying to build on now, even with part of my task is how do we further galvanize these alums and former student athletes to make sure that they're going to be continuing to support the program financially, but also just to be here and playing our golf tournaments and be at games. And it's neat to see these guys. I'm seeing guys that I covered when I first got here, and they're showing up with their 1-year-old in their arms watching a basketball game, and it's really neat. And again, that they stay around here, they're going to be, and this is one of the things we talk about with our partners is these are going to be the folks who are going to be the loyal customers for you, and it's great having them here, so many of these guys.
Oh, that's great. Well, Mark, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, joining us on this Saturday morning to talk on the radio.
Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks to Taylor for getting it hooked up, and we'll try to do it again next year, buddy.
We look forward to it. Thanks,
there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark McCarter, Assistant AD, the External Relations, and it was a great interview. Good talking to him. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens. Your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee. If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Hey guys, this is Abby with CEI Bookstore. I wanted to personally invite you to our annual Truth Lectureship happening July 11th through 14th at Athens Bible School. This year, the theme is I Believe in Jesus, an apologetic defense of faith in Jesus Christ. Our evening singing and keynote lectures start at 7 p.m. and with day lectures from 8 to 12. Want more information about Truth Lectures? Check out truthlectures.com or stop by CEI Bookstore. We look forward to seeing you the second week of July.
School may be out, but you can still enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week over the summer for the upcoming school year. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and fill out the form. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Enter your nominations today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Tailgate Talk, and 1080 WKAC. You're listening to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
We have our special guest here. His name is Kris Walker, and he works with Roush, and I'm going to let him tell you what he does. I mean, Roush, naturally you think, well, I would think, Roush, you think Mark Martin, NASCAR, Craftsman truck, Busch Series. That's how old I am. It's not even Craftsman truck or Busch Series anymore. Yeah. Carl Edwards, the backflips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, typically, I'm an engineer on the race team. I do fuel strategy, pit calls. I've worked a lot with Jack Roush Jr. and used to be Billy Johnson, who's gone on, and he does coaching for NASCAR teams now and Ford Performance as well.
Cool.
So, just help them out. Our cars are basically a lot closer to stock, so a lot of stuff that you would basically see on the street, they're very close. But we are typically the Michelin Pilot Sports Car Challenge is what it's in.
Okay.
And so we are truly stock cars, not like the cars that are doing there now.
Road racing, right?
Road racing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Factory-based motors, transmissions.
Is it Mustangs?
Mustangs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder which body style you guys race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'd be Ford Mustang.
There you go.
Yeah.
Be running a Camaro on a Ford team.
Jack would not do that. I'll tell you that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody wants to know about your horsepower. I mean, do you guys build your own engines?
Yeah, Roush Yates supplies all of our motors as well as the Cup cars too. So,
right. Okay.
Can't really say how much, but we have to run restrictor plates actually.
Really?
Yeah.
On a road course?
Mm-hmm. They have this thing called balance of performance, and they'll change our weights and they'll change our. If we start running off and doing too much, they'll give us a restrictor
Try to rein
plate.
your back in.
I would say it's around 400 horse, something like that.
Okay.
But the cars are able to make 550 easy.
Easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I wonder what, this totally complete. I'm going to be the hockey basketball guy that comes in with the NASCAR question, so this could be a good one. But, I know this here lately, it just seems like that some of the marketing and some of the motivation for NASCAR has kind of lost its allure a little bit. Mm-hmm. I know that they kind of, after they had the different points chase, that they changed things around and were trying to make things exciting for the fans. It seems like some of those may have somewhat backfired a little bit. I don't know. Maybe some fans didn't like it and kind of went bad. What kind of things are in the race world are they doing to kind of try to bolster up, and get NASCAR and racing back to where it, the heyday that it was, or
Yeah, I think they made a lot of mistakes in terms of trying to expand too much out west. A lot of tracks away from the typical NASCAR Southern fan base, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people may not know, but this year is the first year of the brand new car. This is the Gen 7 car.
Yep.
And Daytona 500 was sold out. You've got Michael Jordan coming in, Pitbull. Money Mayweather has a team now. A lot of new, different owners are coming in. The new cars are a lot cheaper to build. They're pretty much. There's not a lot of innovation in them. Let's say you buy the cage, you buy the engine, you buy the transmission, the transaxle, the brakes. The body is composite now. There's not a lot of innovation that they can do anymore. But that being said, the racing's been pretty decent this year so far. They even had a race at the Coliseum in L.A.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's they're learning a lot. They've made a lot of mistakes with the new car. The new cars are a lot cheaper to build, so it's a lot easier to get into it now. And we'll see if their experiment works.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I drove up to Kentucky at one point. We had to go up to Cincinnati, and they had the Kentucky track.
Right off the track.
And it was, I guess, not operational. I guess it now looked over, and there was just a bunch of, during the chip shortage or whatever they were having, there were just cars that were just parked there. And
I think it was Ford F-150s and Broncos or something.
Yeah, and I was like, what in the world? Is this like a big car lot now? What's happened?
That's where they put them to store them. Yeah. So they rework them.
Yeah, totally crazy. But I've always been my dad worked at Ford Motor Company in Louisville, Kentucky, on the Fern Valley Road there for 32 years. And we were always big Bill Elliott fans because he would come over and pick out some vehicles there, and they had the little Louisville track there, and my dad got to ride with him, and my dad was like finally the first person that's more country than me that he hung out with. But they did some ride-alongs with him. My dad was like just absolutely just Bill Elliott through and through.
One would be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it seems like, they said, like I said, I'm not as big of a NASCAR fan, but it's like it was building up the names. It's kind of like the same way that college basketball is. It seems like there's the one and dones and these new names that are coming in. You're like, oh, gosh, where's the old names? Where's the Gordons and the Edwards and all those guys? It seems like
Earnhardt.
Yeah,
I think they've tamped down. I think they're kind of letting them be a little bit more, but there's not a lot of personalities now, and they don't really. All these guys are kind of manufactured. They go in, they teach them, and here's your PR coach. There's no Tony Stewart's out there just throwing haymakers.
Just to mix it up, yeah. It's kind of like I think we've talked about it on y'all show a couple times, like with SEC football and SEC basketball, there was those coaches and personalities that came out. It seems like SEC football starting to get that a little bit more, where they'll have Kiffin and those guys having little spats and little things that happen.
It makes it exciting, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, it's anything that can make it somewhat of a, I don't want to say WWE or a little soap opera-ish. It just gives you, because the news cycle is so fast.
Yeah.
And
news cycle is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, you pick up this cell phone and you can know anything in 2 seconds.
Well, and the basic just they won is not really as flashy. If they popped off and said something, ooh, I can't believe he said that to so-and-so. It's going to be something to watch the next race.
It's on now, boys.
Right, absolutely.
There's some really good names coming up, though, like Chase Briscoe that won last weekend. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a dirt track guy. And, and you still have a lot of the rich sons that are in there.
Right.
But there's still, every now and then, you get a good talent, and they really shine through.
Remember Austin Dillon? That's where Rick Childress sent him up through with the Super Late Model Dirt Series. The boy could drive too.
Mm-hmm. I actually got to one of the cars that I actually worked with Multimatic was Austin Cindric was our driver, and he's the Daytona 500 winner.
Come out of nowhere. I'm like, who's the Cindric kid?
He's one of those that came from money too. I mean, his dad is Tim Cindric, the president of Penske.
Oh,
but I tell you, he's a great kid.
Yeah,
awesome kid, and
he made that car by 5 cars wide, coming out like wrecked half the field behind him, but he got the trophy.
But he has raced everything from sports cars like I raced. He came all the way up through the truck series, and he has really matured. I mean, he's a great kid. I can't say enough.
Well, that's good. That gives me a little better impression of him, man, because I'm going, oh, he's going to wreck. He's pulling a Jimmy Johnson, because that's what Jimmy Johnson would do.
Yeah.
He'd go up, run somebody in the wall, come back down, and half the field's wrecking behind him, but he got his championships. So.
Yeah. He's still learning, but if you see him like in the truck series, he was awful. I mean, just aggressive and couldn't do anything, and then he won a Xfinity championship 2 years ago.
Okay.
And just really, really impressive. Really impressive.
Man, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So you said your cars are mostly stock. So I mean, is it a rail? I mean, is it a sub car with a subframe or a full frame?
So they pull them off of their body in whites. They come off of the same assembly line as all of it, and we put a roll cage in it. They're gutted.
Yeah.
Engine control system, brakes. Engines from Roush Yates.
Yeah.
So
change your suspension parts any?
So usually, I think. I can't remember the suspension. Coney or somebody was our shock, or Penske was our shock supplier.
Okay.
So you have to use their shocks, But you can do all kinds of things with them. But I mean, same bodywork that comes from the factory, wing, everything. So Camaros, BMWs, Porsches, race against all those. So it's not just Mustang.
What tracks do you guys run?
Daytona, Virginia International Raceway, Watkins Glen, Mid Ohio. Laguna Seca, Coda.
You ever go down to Sebring?
Sebring, yeah. Yep, that's where I was supposed to be this weekend, but I kind of got pulled away from it. So
really?
Yeah. I was supposed to work on a Mercedes team, so it worked out. So I'm glad I didn't go.
Mercedes guys. Yeah. So what's your connection here with Eli's block party?
So actually, I met Eli through church when I was going to church with Christy and Vic.
Okay.
And so I was racing with Jack Roush Jr., and he loved Mustangs. And so several times I had him down to Barber. We raced at Barber.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and so got him in the car, and then there's actually the exhaust and some other things on Eli's car that's out here that was donated by Roush. So they did some stuff for him, before he passed.
Before he passed.
Yeah, so he got to see some real race cars and sit in them and do all that kind of stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
I remember it was Bristol. No, yeah, it was Bristol. Or maybe it was Talladega. Could have been Richmond. I don't know. But anyways, Mr. Roush's driver had just won.
Mm-hmm.
And, the cat in the hat.
Yeah,
It's this guy you see on TV.
Oh, yeah.
And you're walking up to him, and he's happy. He's having great race, Mr. Roush. And he shakes my hand. Thank you, man. And goes on like, I just shook hands with Jack Roush. The cat in the hat. Talk to me.
He's an amazing man. I tell you, he's meant a lot to me. He's done a lot for me. I go out to eat with him every time I go to Detroit, and he turns 80 this year.
Wow! And God is taking care of that man. He's been in a couple of plane crashes where he should have died.
He should have died the first time.
Yeah,
the second time was rough too. But he's an interesting character. I mean, he's one of those that he's just a genius level, but and so he's always thinking. He's always something going on.
10 steps ahead, huh?
Yeah, but he has a small circle of people. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, he didn't talk to me." But I was like, "Look, I mean, he's like this, and he's not one of those flashy Rick Hendrick types that just is car salesman. He's not that type. He's an engineer, and that's just how he is. So, but he's awesome. I mean, he I texted him after they won at the Daytona the preliminary races. And he texts me back, and just an awesome dude, man. Just awesome.
That's good.
Good family.
That's good. So, what's your next race other than today?
We are supposed to go to Virginia International Raceway, VIR.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a road course, and it's one of my favorite tracks.
Do you guys get fans out there?
Oh, there's a lot.
Really?
There's a lot. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, a lot of times we don't do it as much now, but we were the preliminary race on the weekend before the Indy races.
Okay.
And so, but there's a lot of Daytona IMSA fans. A lot of road course fans. Oh yeah.
I got to be a spotter for Randy LaJoy in 2005 at the Mexico. The first year they had the race in Mexico City, and I sit in a crowd of screaming Mexicans.
Oh yeah,
because I think it's Adrian Hernandez or one of the Mexican drivers led the first few laps.
Was Carl Edwards in that one?
Yes, he was. I got my picture taken. We were the guys that everybody wanted to see because we were the tire men. Mm-hmm. Without tires, trucks don't roll.
No,
and once they got to Mexico City, like, we got to have tires to get out of here. I mean, Rusty was like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" Got him to sign my Latin America Goodyear Racing shirt.
Okay,
it's in a
case?
shadow box.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a great trip. I like to die. Felt like it. You're a mile high in the most polluted city in the world. And you can't breathe.
You don't realize how much emissions have helped us. From a smog standpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah, I went to Bogota, Colombia a couple years ago, and it was just like, couldn't believe it.
And Mexico City's down in a volcano crater.
Mm-hmm. So everything just sits there.
It sits there. It don't move.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got back to DFW, I had a quick connection, and I went from one side. The terminals were like a horseshoe moon shape, and by the time I got to the other side, I had been living for a week on no oxygen. By the time I got to the other side, I wasn't even winded. I'm like, let's go run a marathon. That was a long time ago. Sorry, I'm taking over your spot here, just sharing experiences.
No, that's okay.
But 18 hours in that 18-wheeler is it requires patience.
Oh yeah,
that's how we win. I didn't get to fly down with Stu Grant and Greg Stucker. I got to ride in an 18-wheeler.
Oh geez. Well, I don't know if you saw, but if you've ever seen the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Yes.
So that's the same kind of car.
Okay.
Similar to ours. So, but Hendrick is actually going to put a Gen 7 car into the 24 Hours of Le Mans next year or the year after.
That's one I don't see because you race different classifications.
Oh yeah,
all on the same track at the same time.
So we have cars. Okay. We have like what we call TC, which is like your Honda Civics and your Mazda Miatas.
Yeah,
we're on the same track, but we're going on the same race, but we're all racing each other too.
Okay,
but usually we're about 2-3 seconds faster, so we start first, and so we get all mixed in and stuff. But
that
fans
does sound fun.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. It makes it interesting when you come up on a slower car.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Been there. I've been the slower car people come up on driving on the dirt track before.
Yeah.
Get out of the way, Tom, kid. Get around me. It's your job, not my job to slow down. That's right.
That was just the go-kart race in Gulf Shores.
Yeah. Absolutely. Here's the secret. I want to tell you, if you ever go to the big tracks like that, I had a place in Destin I used to go. You sit and you watch before you ever jump in line.
For the fast cart?
Find the fastest cart, and then usually when they pull in, if they let you go, I'm not going to take the one they point me to. I'm going to go back and find the fastest. Yeah. You ever get hooked up with the right cart? You can lap the field, man.
People don't understand it.
No, it's competitive.
I can see Tom, that guy, he's like literally runs the kid in the wall and it's like, get over it, kid. It's going to be a long life.
Only mine. Only my own. I know that didn't want to get my butt whooped by some big daddy.
Rubbins Racing.
That's right, Rubbins Racing.
Right.
He didn't wreck you. He rubbed you. Son, Rubbins Racing. Okay, Tim, it's time. I can sit here and talk racing all morning long. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had enjoyed our time here with Kris Walker of Roush Racing, and it's time to take a break. We will be right back.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. Your future is bright, and you need fiber-fast internet to support you as you discover all of your possibilities. Sign up now for Ardmore Telephone Company's fiber-fast internet, and you'll get the first month free. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss all of our internet options with you to help you connect to everything you need. Give us a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. Call 233-4430 or order online at Applebee's.com and pick your meal up with Carside to go. Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 in Athens, just off I-65. Eating good in the neighborhood. The reviews are in for Box Drop Mattress in Ardmore, and they're awesome, just like the store. Box Drop in Ardmore has mattresses made in the USA at huge discounts. Plus, they offer flexible payment options and no credit is needed. And they'll deliver right to your door. Box Drop, located at 26561 Main Street in Ardmore. Open Tuesday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30, and Saturday from noon till 4. Appointments also available by calling 321-8888. Box Drop in Ardmore, 321-8888. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC. You're listening to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Ladies and gentlemen, here on the Tailgate Talk hotline, it is with a great honor, and I've thought of how am I going to introduce this gentleman as coach or player, because he's an NBA champion in 73, a 3-time NCAA champion in 70 to 72, and also a head basketball coach from USC, Coach Henry Bibby. It is an honor to get to talk to you, Coach. Welcome to Tailgate Talk.
Thanks for you guys having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We've got our basketball expert, Todd Tomlin, here. He'll be talking to you in a little bit. But I noticed one thing. You played for Coach Wooden at UCLA, but you were also head coach at USC. Now, that's kind of like a Alabama-Auburn rivalry down here in this state. Was there any issues from that right off the bat, or did everybody just fall in line and make it work well?
No, that's a great analogy of those two schools down there. Yeah, it's it really wasn't difficult. USC gave me an opportunity. USC gave me an opportunity to come in and major college basketball and coach. UCLA didn't. I got my start at UCLA, and they did a lot for me there. But as my career moved on, SC just, like I said, gave me that opportunity to get into basketball, to really start my college coaching career, and it just, it was good.
That's great. Well, Coach, hey, this is Todd. I mean, it is an honor to talk to you, and they throw that word basketball expert out pretty loosely around here. I'm not an expert, but it is my favorite sport, and growing up in the South, it's an odd thing since football rules. But so a few questions I had for you was, first, growing up, I want to know if you could hit Jim's fastball, and could he shoot your eyes out in the driveway on the basketball court?
Jim could really throw it. It's an old story. Mike Smith, who played with the Philadelphia Phillies, he was saying when I was with the 76ers, he said, we knew it was coming hard and was coming smoking, but we didn't know where it was coming. It could be at your head or it could be at your feet. We knew it was coming hard.
Hey, sometimes that's a luxury, though.
I didn't want to catch him. I was not really a baseball guy to play, and a pitcher always wanted to show how hard he can throw. So I caught him a couple of times, but after 2 or 3 pitches, that was it. I said, hey, I got to go. I can't sit here and take this abuse the way he's trying to do it to me.
Well, so what about on the basketball court? Could Jim play with you? I know he was older, by 4 or 5 years, but how long did it take you before you were able to beat him in the driveway?
At that age, being 3 or 4 years older, he would just back me down and hog the ball, and But I would take him outside, and he couldn't come outside and guard me out there, and I would make shots. But he would eventually win playing basketball because he was so big, and he was just abusing inside. He was about 6'5", 6'6".
I was going to say, with those big hands, the way he could palm that basketball, I'm sure he could just throw it up and around you, over your head. But,
he had giant hands. He could hold so many baseballs, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's what I was telling the guys last week. I can remember a baseball card I had as a kid, and he was holding like 8 of them or something in one hand. It was incredible. I can't hold 2. So, Well, coming out of college and going into the draft, was it even a consideration for you to go to the ABA? I know the Carolina Cougars drafted you, but did you want to go to the NBA, or was there some thought there about possibly going to the ABA?
You know, I thought about the Carolina Cougars at the time. The ABA was, kind of just getting started. It wasn't what it was as years moved on, and I went to the NBA because I wanted more stability.
Right.
Being drafted by the Knicks and all those players they had up there, it was just great to be in that company. Again, Carolina would have been great for me, but to get a chance to play in the NBA, to play with the New York Knicks, who had won the championship the year before, I believe, and to be on the team with Earl Monroe and Walt Frazier and David Bush, Will Reed, and Jerry Lucas, and you could go down the line and just name people. Barnett. It was a great team, and it was a great opportunity for me, and it was another start of a career that lasted 9 years for me. That was great.
I guess coming off those 3 straight NCAA championships and then going into the NBA and then winning that first NBA championship, you were probably beginning to wonder there for a while if you were ever going to have to experience a losing season, right? That's pretty impressive, man. I'm sure that you're probably one of the very few men that can ever say that's ever happened to them.
It's only a few. I think it was 3 or 4 of us that had gone from winning in college to the NBA winning that way, but at that age of 20, 21, 22, you really don't think about that. You think about it more as you get older, of just being a part of so many winning teams in a row, and you kind of expect it. I kind of at UCLA we kind of expected to win every year, and we did. And I went to New York, and we won there as well. But then I went to the Jazz, the New Orleans Jazz. That wasn't a winning team.
Yeah.
And gosh, man, losing is not fun.
No.
So I really started to appreciate those winning years of college and with the Knicks, opposed to getting with some other teams that weren't winning a lot of games, and that was with the Jazz at the time, and also I had some downtime with the Clippers when I was with them. But then I got to Philadelphia, and it was a great stay in Philadelphia for me. Went to the finals twice. We didn't win the years that I was there, but they won, I think, a year or so after I left. But I was very happy for them, and it was a great career. Great career.
Absolutely. Henry, I noticed you're from Franklinton, North Carolina, and you went to play at UCLA. I got to know, did Dean Smith ever recruit you for North Carolina, and what made you decide to go to the West Coast, and how was it playing for John Wooden?
It's a great question. I was a sought-after high school player. A lot of the black schools there, and Norm Sloan was at NC State. Norm Sloan is the only coach that offered that scholarship in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Wow.
Dean Smith, 4 years later, Dean Smith was in the finals here in L.A., and came up to me and said, "Guys, how did I let you get away?
Absolutely.
You're in my backyard." He said, "I made a mistake on you. I wish I had taken you." And I would have gone to North Carolina more than likely, if they had come for me. Another school that I was interested in going to was Guilford College in Guilford, North Carolina. I was really interested in going there with the coach who visited me every day and became a part of my family. His name is Jerry Steele, very, very a good friend of mine years ago, and he had me at Guilford College because I'd never really gone away from home. And the last minute UCLA came in, and I had my family was saying, "Well, let's see how good you really are, and go out and get a great education, come back and be a school teacher." And that's kind of what happened. That's why I didn't really end up going to Guilford College.
That's interesting.
Well, now, I've got a couple of questions here. Now, you were on 3 of those championship teams with Coach Wooden, and we had talked with Andre McCarter, who came in, I think, after you left, the year after you left. But and we talked to him about how meticulous Coach Wooden was about everything, even, down to tying your shoelaces.
Right.
And which, he explained that, and we get it, you don't want blisters. So, So going from your, how much of his philosophies and ways of doing things translated to the way you coached later on?
Well, it was a big part of what I tried to teach the young people that I was involved with, and with not only Coach Wooden, there were a lot of people that I took things from. Red Hoseman with the Knicks, Gene Shue with the 76ers, Jan Van Bedekoff, Butch Van Bedekoff, who was with me in the Jazz down there with Pistol Pete.
I was going to ask you if you were down there with Pistol Pete. Yeah,
I was down with Pistol Pete, and probably took stuff from Paul Silas, who was who I was with the Clippers. So you took a lot of things from all these coaches that you've been a part of. But I guess being with Coach Wooden at the beginning of my career just solidified a lot of things I wanted to do. I'm big in the fundamentals, and that's why I do some of the things I do now with my basketball that I invented, because I wanted to get back to the grassroots of fundamentals, and that's what Coach Wooden was all about. So I've taken fundamentals and try to keep that in my bag of tricks, I guess, to try to teach kids about basketball and what it's all about. You got to learn how to play. You need to learn how to play basketball. You just don't go out and play.
That's right.
And you go out and play with a purpose, and that's what Coach always talked to us about, playing with a purpose, not just going out and playing. He would really hate for us to see an NBA basketball game, because we would come back the next day and we all wanted to be NBA players, and we were jacking up shots. And he said, "I know what you guys saw last night. I know you saw some NBA basketball," and we had. So he knew how important it was to teach fundamentals.
And were you at UCLA with a guy who was then known as Lou Alcindor?
He was a year before me.
Okay.
So I was there the year that. I saw the freshman team. I wasn't there, but I saw when he was a freshman, the freshmen beat the varsity team that year, and they go on to win the championship. The varsity go on to win the championship, but the freshman team beat them. So it just shows how good, Kareem was in his whole career at UCLA.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Now, I also see from 1976 to 1980, you played with the 76ers. Did you also play with a gentleman by the name of Julius Erving, also known as Dr. J?
I played with him. He's the godfather of my son, and
wow,
he's just a great gentleman. He and I go back years and years, and there's nothing but good things I have to say about him. He's probably a better person than he is a basketball player, if you can believe that. Knowing him personally. The family type of man he was, and there's nothing, I could say anything negative about a gentleman like that.
Well, we watched him as kids growing up. Even
absolutely,
I'm more of a baseball guy myself, but when Julius Erving was on the court, you guys were playing. He was a I don't know, human highlight reels, man.
76ers teams were my favorite.
He showed something different every night. He was just a great player. Every night with different moves and just gifted. He would come to training camp. He wouldn't be in shape, and after one day he's in shape. And I'm trying to be in shape all summer. All summer to try to play to be ready for training camp. This guy would come in after one day he's in shape to play. And those super guys like that is made up differently than most of us, and they can do things easier, and their bodies adapt. Better. They were talking about the horse Secretariat and why Secretariat is so great. The Secretariat heart was bigger than the other horses' hearts. So the guy like Dr. J has something different than the rest of us to make him that good, and that's what a lot of the superstars are like that.
Yep. Hey, Coach, this is Todd again. Through the years, we mentioned your coaching, through the CBA, USC, even that brief stint with the Liberty Sparks. and then, of course, assistants at Philadelphia, Memphis, and Detroit. I know you're still currently, I guess, doing basketball camps, and I had read somewhere where there for a while you had a campaign that you were giving back to homeless.
Well, Todd, I'm doing a couple of things. You want somewhat of a legacy that you leave that people really know about you, and I started a nonprofit for homeless kids. There are over 3 million homeless kids in the United States, and we've kind of forgotten about the kids. We talk about homeless people at times, but we don't talk about many homeless kids and at-risk kids and foster kids that are out there. And what I'm trying to do, we take donations, and I put on basketball camps for the kids. And, most of the kids have never gone to a basketball camp before. So we've had a few here in L.A. that we bring them in and put them in that setting of seeing what basketball is all about and how it relates to their life. With discipline, confidence, working with people, teamwork, sportsmanship. So we put all that into play and help the kids, enjoy that time of being away from their situations. I took them to a Clipper game this year. The Clippers gave us tickets, which was really good.
That's great.
There's some organizations that really helped us. They gave us about 50 tickets to bring the kids out. Kids had never been to a professional basketball game or really seen any professional basketball players in person.
Yeah.
And the Clippers gave them an opportunity to do that, which I really appreciate that. And, doing the camp, Del Taco provided the lunch for us, and Gatorade was really big in giving us Gatorade. ASICS, the shoe company, gave us a gym to use. So, we look at donations like that to put those camps on around the immediate area of Los Angeles. But I want to do it, outside of that. I also have a training tool that I invented. It's a 3-in-1 training tool that teaches you really how to play, how to get better playing basketball, how you train with me, because I'm the one that invented the basketball. So if you get one of these balls, it teaches you the correct way to hold the ball to shoot.
Oh, sweet.
It teaches you the correct way to keep your hand on the ball to dribble. And it teaches you how to get in the stance to rebound. So it's really interesting. For $89, you can get this basketball that teaches you the whole gamut of playing basketball, how to get better. And as your own trainer, you're training with me, which if you had a trainer, it was about $125 an hour to really have your own trainer.
Yep.
So, it's really, really interesting that I can leave some of these things behind me.
Exactly.
When I leave here. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, well, it's a wonderful legacy to have. And before I turn this back over to Tim, share with us real quick, maybe your website or contact information, and so we can donate and look at purchasing maybe some of that stuff.
I appreciate that. If people go to dribblepro.com, they can find out about the basketball. The website for my nonprofit is henrybibbystar.org. And people can donate. They can help put on these camps with me. They can follow me online and see what I'm trying to do. I have a lot to give back, and I want to give something back to the kids that are out there, and the kids who really want it and need it, who haven't had that opportunity.
That's awesome, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to have to take a quick break, but don't be a stranger. Come back, join us on Tailgate Talk again, man. It's been an awesome time talking with you.
I appreciate you guys. Great questions and the best for everybody. Okay.
Thank you, Coach.
That was Coach Henry Bibby,
good
point guard. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm glad Todd brought
we
that
need
up
to throw some kudos out to this man right here, producer extraordinaire. Tim
That's
Lambert.
why we call him extraordinary.
Absolutely.
You're nailing it, brother.
You are. And he said he got to play with Pistol Pete, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, New Orleans, that's when they wasn't too good.
The Jazz.
He said when they wasn't too, they were bad, but they had Pistol Pete and they had a good backcourt.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I tell you what, it's time to toss it off to our sponsors. We'll be right back. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. Your future is bright, and you need fiber-fast internet to support you as you discover all of your possibilities. Sign up now for Ardmore Telephone Company's fiber-fast internet, and you'll get the first month free. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss all of our internet options with you to help you connect to everything you need. Give us a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net. Welcome back to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the Applebee's Tailgate Talk hotline, former Major League, and I'm going to say it, Jim, former Major League great Jim Gosger on WKAC's Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Nice to be there.
Hey, I want to hear a lot about it, man. You've played with some of the great teams, the Red Sox, the amazing Mets, and me and our cohort here, Todd, is we're old baseball fans. I mean, we remember the teams in the 70s. So tell us how you got your start, and just begin with a general description of your career.
Well, I had 13 great years of professional baseball. Moved around the country a little bit. I played with 7 different major league teams, and overall, I had a great time. It was probably the 13 best years of my life. I was able to do something that I enjoyed doing and made my father and mother very proud.
Sure. How have you seen the game change from back when you played? We've had some other guys on that played professional ball, but it was different. It was different back then. It seemed like you guys were tougher than the guys these days that play. Or is that just me?
Well, back when I played, there was pretty strict regulations as far as any communication that we had with the other ball players. We were strictly told that if we conversed with the other ball players during our warm-ups, there were umpires around, and you'd be fined.
Wow.
Nowadays, guys are going around hugging each other, and which is fine. You know, it's fine, but things change, I guess, with the with the new kids coming up. The strike zone is different from when we played. Our strike zone was from the chest to the knees. Now you got to throw the ball in a tin cup.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worked out for the hitters. Pretty tough on the pitchers, but those things and like I say, the dress code. We had to wear stirrups. We had to, look presentable. These guys nowadays, they dress like they just come out of a house. They don't. They just don't. It just nice.
I know there was a kind of a big stink when Ken Griffey Jr. used to walk around with his hat on backwards and all that. And I thought, okay, that's not that big a deal. I mean, the catcher does it, for crying out loud.
Timmy, we just couldn't do that when we played. The owners back then were, I don't know, maybe old fashioned. I don't, And you talk to most of the ball players, and they watch the games nowadays, and it's completely different. I on my Facebook, I have Duke Sims, Mike Edlund, Ronnie Stone, and we talk, even Denny McClain. We talk all the time about, the difference between playing back then and playing now, and it's really changed, but maybe it's changed for the best. Money-wise, it's definitely changed for the best. Back when I played, if you made $100,000 back in the 60s and 70s, you were doing very well. Now that's chump change for these guys. But I don't begrudge them. If they're there for a short period of time, make as much money as you can, and they must be able to afford it, the owners, because the guys are making big bucks, which is fine.
Well, and a lot of folks make a stink about, all these players are making all this money, but if people are paying to go see them and, will pay the price to go see them, then, pay them what
everything was paid for when we played, transportation. In some cases, on some of the teams that I played, or one team that I played in particular, the owner was a bit eccentric, I would say. And I remember flying from Minnesota back to our hometown. He had us on 3 different planes. He had 6 guys on one plane, 6 guys or 7 guys on another plane, just to save a few bucks. But nowadays, I guess everything is first class, it should be.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to ask you real quick, Jim. Hey, this is Todd. So coming out of high school, I saw where you were, a really good all-around athlete, all-state in basketball, all-state in football, and obviously I'm sure baseball as well. So what was just the love of the game of baseball is what led you to continue on further? Did you get any offers?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Timmy.
This is Todd. So coming out of high school, I saw where you were all-state in football and basketball. Did the love of the game of baseball, is that what led you to just continue on with that, or did you get offers to play college ball in any other sport?
Well, when I was growing up, my dad was most instrumental in me playing. I started out in Little League when I was 8 years old, and I was playing sometimes 3, 4, 5 days a week. And ironically, when I get into high school, my better sport was football and basketball, but once I went over, I had a full ride scholarship over at Michigan State for football. Well, when I went over there in the spring to look things over, I went into the cafeteria and saw some of those offensive and defensive linemen, and I said, this game's not for me. So I took up a different sport. I was too small at that time. I was only 185 or 190 pounds, and you look at those linemen that are 270 and 300 pounds. No, I don't want them to hit me, so I give that up real quick.
Jim, what?
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're finish your thought there.
Well, my dad was very instrumental. He always wanted me to play ball, and I got to a point when just before I signed, I was playing on 3 different teams, and he enjoyed watching me play. Had a chance to see me play professionally, my first professional game, and it was pretty neat. And it was a dream that he always told me. I remember when he was on his deathbed, and this was probably 6-7 years after I was out of pro ball, and he was laying in the bed, and he looked at me and he said, Jimmy, don't forget to hit the fastball. I said, okay, Dad. But I mean, this was one thing that he instilled in my mind, make sure you hit the fastball. And I was a dead fastball hitter. And luckily it worked out for me. But I had some good coaches. I had great managers. I had some not so good, but overall, for 13 years, I can't complain. And it's ironic, they talk about the salaries. I make more now in my retirement, and I only had 8 years in the big leagues, but I make more in retirement than I made when I played my best year.
Wow.
So, the money is there. And like I say, I don't begrudge the guys making that kind of money because they're there for a short period of time. They just got to know how to invest their money the right way, and they'd never have to work again. I had to work. I would come home after a season, and I'd have to work in the fall time, refereeing football, basketball, baseball, just to make ends meet to take care of my family. Nowadays, these guys, they've got all kinds of exercise equipment, beautiful houses and everything, which is fine. That's a great way to live, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I've had 2 new knees and a new hip from playing ball, but for my age, I'm thankful for what I got, and I'm just happy to be able to. To walk around and enjoy life now. I've been retired for, 14 years, and I just enjoy life now. I play a little golf, but that's about the extent of my exercise. I can't referee anymore because I can't run anymore. But, I enjoy watching the games. All Boston has always been my favorite because of the team that I signed with, and I watch them very closely. And I always wanted to get back into coaching. Never had the opportunity. I had one general manager tell me when they released me from New York, he said, would you like to be the hitting instructor in AAA ball at Norfolk, Virginia? And I said, I'd love that. That was back in 1974. It is now 2017, and I haven't had a call yet.
Well, speaking of,
I had one minor league. I had one offer from a Texas league, rookie league, and when the guy called, I said to him, I'm interested, but I said, what is the travel accommodations? And he says, well, we travel by bus. And I says, okay, that's fine. I said, but he said our shortest trip is 12 hours. And I said, no, I think I'll pass on that.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
And that was the only time. But I've always wanted to instruct young kids. I had the opportunity. I coached JV ball up in a town up north of here for 1 year until the little varsity coach wanted to tell me how to run my program. And I told the athletic director I forgot more baseball than that kid will ever know. And I said, I've had enough of that. I don't need some young kid trying to tell me how to run a baseball program. So that was the extent of my coaching. But I've always enjoyed working with the kids. I've always had that. I had the one opportunity, and I worked with them. And the funny thing about the situation was when that guy started coming to me, I talked to the athletic director. You got to take care of him. He says, well, I'm new on here. And he says, you're going to have to talk to him. I said, no. I said, my kids go out there and play for 2 hours. We practice 3 days a week. He practices 7 days a week. I don't need that. They don't need that. You can't keep their attention that long. So that was the extent of that. But I had a good time. You know, the parents called me up. You can't quit. I said, I'm not listening to a little guy telling me how to run a program. I mean, it just, you know, you played for 13 years. I think I understand the game a little bit. But this kid was, and they ended up getting fired the following year. So, you know, I guess what goes around comes around.
You mentioned that you were asked to be, or talked about becoming a hitting coach. Now, I am not a fan of the major league swing right now. I'm old school. I was a fan of Pete Rose, the ball player. I liked the shortened down, the short swing, the quick compact bat. What's some of your thoughts?
Well, Timmy, I was very fortunate. My first year in pro ball, I went to spring training. I was only 19 years old, and at that time, they were the major leagues were trying to fill 7 or 8 teams in their organization. In other words, they had rookie ball, they had A ball, they had B ball, C ball, D ball, AA, and AAA. Well, I was projected to start out in Class C ball in Pocatello, Idaho. Well, when we went to spring training, I had a little manager named Eddie Papowski, one of the best I've ever, you know, and he was very instrumental on me playing because he taught me and told me what I needed to do to get to the big leagues. But as far as hitting, we had a hitting instructor named Ted Williams. You can't ask for anything better than that. So it was funny because when I went into the cage for batting practice, he would stand there and he'd watch you. And he'd never say anything. And then when you come out of the cage, he'd say, let's try this. He would never say, you know, this is the way I want you to hit. Just let's try this. And, his theory was he had 3 points. He said, get a bat you can handle, make sure you cover the plate, and make sure you get a good pitch to hit. And he says you're going to get at least 1 good pitch to hit every time you come to the bat. Don't miss it. That was his theory. And, you know, he was 44 years old at that time, and he was out there hitting against the major league pitchers. And throw that stuff up there, and nothing but line drives. But his theory was to stay on top of the ball, always stay on top of the ball. And I've always taught that to the kids. I want you to hit the ball down on the ground. Eventually, they'll become line drives. Anytime you lift your shoulders, they're going to hit the ball in the air. So always think in terms of chopping down on the ball. And it's worked. You know, it's worked for me, and it's worked for the kids that I had a chance to work with. You know, it's a simple theory. You know, don't try to overpower the ball. Just, you know, get a good pitch to hit. And, you know, I had kids that would come back and they'd stand there and take a third strike. I said, son, do not take a third strike. Swing. I don't care if you miss it. Swing at the ball. And I've always taught that theory to be aggressive when you're at the plate. And, you know, it worked for me. And, you know, it worked for the kids that I had the opportunity to work with. So, you know, you can make hitting very difficult if you think too much. You know, just go up there and look for the ball. That was the theory that I always thought. I'm just looking for the ball.
Jim, a couple of things here. You were a multi-sport athlete, and we kind of preach this on this show. I'm sure playing those other sports helped you in your game of baseball.
Well, no question, you know, but I didn't have time for girls when I was in high school. I mean, my whole theory was I played baseball in the spring. I played basketball in the winter. I played football, and I ran track. So I was pretty much all around. And I was fortunate, you know, that that God gave me the ability that I could play all the sports. And like I said, ironically, I was a better basketball player and a football player than a baseball player. But we played more games. In the springtime, we only played maybe 10 to 12 baseball games, where in basketball, you were playing 24 to 26 games, and in football, you had probably 12 games. So there was a difference there, but I started, when I was a young kid, even in grade school, I was shooting baskets. I was an altar boy. I'd go and serve Mass at 6:30 in the morning, and then I'd go shoot baskets till I had to go into school at 9 o'clock. So, I was fortunate. I had some ability, God-given ability. But I wanted to do this stuff. I wanted to. One thing I always wanted to do was play hockey, but I couldn't skate. And my son was a great skater and a good hockey player, and he was a hockey official. So, he's the only boy I had, and I had 4 other girls, and he was just he was a natural athlete, and but he was into hockey more than he was into baseball, which was fine.
Well, my other comment here, you have, and I mentioned this to you on Facebook, you've got a connection here with the Tennessee Valley in that you played with the Seattle Pilots in their only year of existence with a guy we know around here or did know, Don Mincher, who was the general manager of the Huntsville Stars here.
Good guy. Great guy. We had a fun team out there. We had a collection of pretty much cast-offs, but we had a good team. We weren't going to win the pennant, but we were going to be competitive. We had Mincher, we had Tommy Davis, Richie Rollins. We had Diego Segui. We had some decent pitching. My time out there was only about 2 months. And it was ironic because I had my wife out there. We drove out there. They drove out there. And I think it was a month after the season began, they sent me to Vancouver. So we get over to Vancouver. Now I'm there. I was there for 2 weeks and hit over 500. And the Mets general manager at the time, I'm trying to think of his name, he was scouting, and they sold me to the Mets. And they said, you're going to Tidewater. I said, where in the hell is Tidewater? And they said, Norfolk, Virginia. I went, oh, my God. Back in the car we get, I drove my family back to Michigan, took 3 days, and then I flew down to Tidewater. But at Tidewater, which was Norfolk, I played on the best minor league team I ever played on. We had Roy Foster was in the outfield, Amos Otis, myself, and we had Bibby, Matlack. We had all the good pitchers down there, and we ended up winning the league when I joined the club. But it was, it's an experience. But I enjoyed the thing about Seattle that was funny. When we walked in opening day, they had a crane in left field, still putting in seats down the left field line. I'll never forget that. Everybody saying, what is this? And I said, well, this is a stadium we're playing in. But, the people out there, they were nice. It was something new for them. And there was a man that came through here. I got a call from Major League Baseball about, it was last year, and they said there's a gentleman coming through that's from Seattle. He's sending a representative, and he wants you to sign some stuff. And I said, okay, whatever. They're going to pay, I don't know, $800 for signing this stuff. So when the guy came, we signed the stuff, and I said, why is this guy doing that? He says he's a very rich man out here. And he says he has clients, and he says he's got a whole thing of the Seattle Pilots, a whole big arena with all the stuff in it. And he says he gives it to his clients. And I said, that's pretty neat. But, that was a one-year deal. out there in Seattle, and I think that it could have been bigger if we'd have had probably different general manager and different owners. You know, they're doing well out there now, which is nice. I loved it out there. I just loved the area. Beautiful.
Jim, we want to thank you for coming on the show, bud. I tell you what, it's been fun, chatting with you and listening to, especially getting hitting coached by Teddy Ballgame there. That's pretty awesome.
Well, listen, keep in touch on Facebook, and I enjoyed talking to you guys. Thank you very much for calling me.
Hope to hear from you again out here.
Thanks. You guys have a great day, huh?
Thank you, sir. Oh, that was fun. Jim Gosger. Hey, it's time to take a break. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. You know, we take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. The reviews are in for Box Drop Mattress in Ardmore, and they're awesome, just like the store. Box Drop in Ardmore has mattresses made in the USA at huge discounts. Plus, they offer flexible payment options and no credit is needed. And they'll deliver right to your door. Box Drop, located at 26561 Main Street in Ardmore. Open Tuesday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30, and Saturday from noon till 4. Appointments also available by calling 321-8888. Box Drop in Ardmore, 321-8888.
Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. He's going to throw it off his back foot deep. He's got a man. Touchdown! James Clemens!
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this coming season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net, on your Amazon Echo device, or on your Play Action Sports app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this coming season from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC. You're listening to the best of Tailgate Talk on 1080 WKAC.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to bring online here Mr. Ray Scott, who is one of the, as of April 2008, was one of the top 30 all-time greats for the Detroit Pistons and the first African-American NBA head basketball coach. Ray Scott, welcome to the show, sir.
Well, thank you, my friend.
You played against some of the greats, Ray. You being one of the greats, played against some of the greats. What was it like to go on against? Who was the toughest matchup that you win? I think your bio said you were 6'9", so you probably had to play with your back to the goal a good bit. Who was one of your toughest matchups?
Actually, at 6'9", when I came into the league, I was a player that came with an array of offensive skills. So I've actually played facing the basket.
Oh, good. Okay.
And, I played alongside Bailey Howell, and our center was Walter Dukes. But remember the years that I played, and I have to remind people of this when they look at today's NBA, that the old NBA was just stacked with Hall of Fame centers. And so on a nightly basis at center, you would see Wilt and Bellamy and Thurmond and Kareem and, those types of players. But at forward, you had players like Bob Pettit, who was my matchup, and you had Elgin Baylor.
Yes.
From the Los Angeles Lakers. And you had Dal Shays from the Syracuse Nationals, and Johnny Green and Willie Knowles from the New York Knicks, and Paul Arizin in Philadelphia. So I tell people when I had to guard those guys that I was not getting a lot of sleep.
Now, how has the game changed in your eyes these days, for better or for worse? What are your thoughts on the modern NBA game?
Well, the modern NBA game is structured to entertainment. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's how it's structured. I played my last 2 years in the ABA with the Virginia Squires, so I saw the advent of that game, but I didn't think it would take in the traditional NBA. The NBA was built around post play, fundamentals, backdoor cuts, 15-foot jump shots. The new game is built around the dunks and the three-point shot. And so the three-point shot was the real big thing in the ABA in the 2 years that I played. I always tell people it was so strange to go to a league and play the game where you had a 3-on-2 fast break, and the 3-on-2 fast break guy would wind up at the three-point side shooting a three-pointer, and it was just like, this is crazy. I never played basketball like this, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then the entertainment aspect, which they now have in the NBA. You're constantly entertained with dancers and jugglers and all of that. In the old ABA, that was the structure. That was the way it was. You entertained the fans for the whole 48 minutes, not just timeouts and half times and so forth. Well, now the NBA does that. The NBA has the three-point shot. In my opinion, the only thing that the NBA did not copy from the ABA is the red, white, and blue basketball.
Ray, you played for the Pistons, but what was it like when you got that call that they asked you to be the first African-American head basketball coach in the NBA?
Well, actually, I wasn't the first head basketball coach. The first was Bill Russell.
Oh, Bill, that's exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah, they were player coaches.
Yes.
And the first African American coach to be on the sideline in a suit and tie was my predecessor, Earl Lloyd.
Remember him too.
Yes, right. My first came in being the first African American to be Coach of the Year in the NBA, and actually in pro sports, and that's where you guys have got that first from.
Okay,
but that was a historical time coming through the 50s and 60s.
Oh yes,
things were occurring in our nation that had never happened. I mean, I was a big part of the, and I like to say I was part of the 60s movement to change America. And so that was a key time with respect to the NBA and the things that were going on there. So
it was, growing up in the 60s was just incredible to me, and being able to play basketball at the highest level in the world was just, unbelievable. I think earlier one of you guys asked me about my toughest matchup, and that's what I was saying with Elgin Baylor. It was just a nightmare. When you're playing against a guy that is guaranteeing his team, 30, 35, 40 points, and you're saying, well, how do we stop this guy? What do you do? And not much. There's not much you do. But it was during that time that all of these great players were in existence. Oscar Robertson, Elgin Baylor, Bob Cousy, Sam Jones. I could just go on and on. But the history of the NBA is a complex one because they set the standard for changing sports, in my opinion.
Well, now you talk about the matchups that you had. You had already had a preview because you played against Wilt Chamberlain in high school.
I had great humility. You're right. Yeah. I played against him in high school, and lucky for me, I played against him 1 year. I lost 3 games in 2 years in high school, and they were all through Wilt Chamberlain.
Oh, wow.
But he was a marvel even in high school because he was outplaying professional players. He was so gifted athletically. You've never seen anything like that for a kid to be 6 feet 11 inches and run the way he did, move the way he did, with the quickness and speed. Great, unbelievable quickness, unbelievable speed. And then you say, this guy is 7'1". And a lot of people don't know he was a track star.
Oh, wow.
He also ran the 440, and he also ran the, he was a high jumper, and he threw the shot put.
Yeah, I started to say, I thought he was a high jumper. Of course, he probably could have just stepped over the bar, but anyway.
Well, he and Bill Russell were high jumpers. Yeah, they both were high jumpers.
Well, now, some of your the teams that you played for, I've noticed here, 3 out of the 4 are no longer around. I mean, you went in to the Allentown Jets, and whenever you first went into the league, and then of course the Baltimore Bullets they went to Washington, and then now they're the Wizards, and then the Virginia Squires. Of course, the ABA is not even around anymore, but. And you mentioned the Syracuse Nationals. I mean, some of the stuff I like to read is from those days of the NBA, and I grew up, watching late '60s, early '70s. The Elgin Baylor's later years, and yours, and Jerry West, and when Wilt went out and Kareem came in, and I don't know, that was my favorite time of the NBA, really, particularly.
Wonderful, yeah. That's why I say that was really a story time because of the compilation of talent. I mean, which you just pointed out. I mean, you talked about a favorite guy of mine was Jerry West. I mean, those guys. I get chills just talking about them because those guys were so special to the game. They were so talented, and they did what they did without great compensation. But they were just absolute. Most of them were absolute gentlemen, good friends, good teammates, good competitors. But of course, you have guys that are just your favorites. But one of my favorite guys was Jerry West. And of course, then I had my favorites in Philadelphia because I'm from Philadelphia, which was Paul Ayers. And Wilt, unfortunately, was not a favorite of mine. He humbled me so greatly that I just did not see him as a favorite.
That's good. Well, looking at your Facebook page, Ray, you have a quote on there under your photograph that said, the dude abides. Is that your Facebook page? Are you a fan of the Big Lebowski, or is that just coincidence?
No, I'm beyond fan. I'm a devotee.
It's a good movie. One of the waitresses here at Applebee's was working somewhere, and they had a Big Lebowski trivia night one night. So when I saw that on there, I thought, oh yeah, Mr. Scott would have been good with that one.
Oh yes, sir. We have nights here where in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the families will dress up like Lebowski and in the outfits. Walter, with the naval outfit. It's just, I like a quick repartee, and it's the amazing thing to me about the Lebowski is it's quick, but it's stated down. It's like is this guy really well educated?
Yeah.
But the responses are so quick, and it's just. I don't know. It's just one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, and I will watch it if I'm sitting with you guys.
Yeah.
And it came on right now. I'm sorry, guys. I got to stop and watch this stuff. Well, Ray, you've seen it 200 times.
Well, there might be that one quote that you missed those other 199 times.
No, that's right. That's correct. That is absolutely correct. But yeah, the dude abides. I have the T-shirt. I wear the T-shirt,
wow.
And I'm a 6'9".
Yes, sir.
My next birthday I'll be 80 years old, but I'm the dude abides. I just love Lebowski.
The dude abides.
Who would have thought we'd been talking about the Big Lebowski with Ray Scott here?
I don't know. I just happened to see his Facebook page, and I'm like, I've got to ask him about this one. All right. Thank you. Wait a minute. Tim,
what are you up to these days?
Right now, I'm actually retired. I'm looking at probably a couple of opportunities because I like to be involved. I like to stay at work. I just came out of I worked 17 years for Wellspring Lutheran Services, and what we provided were adoptions and foster care and study of family reunification, family preservation. So I did that for 17 years after being in the insurance business for 25 years. And that was a company actually out of Columbia, South Carolina. So I spent a lot of time down in Columbia and Charleston and down in the South. So I did that for 25 years actively. Now I just serve as a consultant. But, it's busy, like last night, I threw up I didn't actually throw it up, I handed it to the official for the Detroit Pistons Golden State Warriors game.
Oh, cool.
And so, and I took my family, and we were in the president's box. And so that was just, great honors like that. In November, I was inducted into the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame, and my family was there. So, what I love is to be treated well like that, or I want to say nicely, graciously, but to be treated well like that, but also have my family share in it, because that really, to me, that's what it's all about. Everything I did in my career was based on my family, because that's who helped me get there. So now that I have this opportunity with my kids, even though they're in their 50s and 40s and 30s, to be able to do that with your kids is just phenomenal.
That's great. Well, Ray, it was an honor talking to you today, sir. Wish you the best, and I will not look at that movie, The Big Lebowski, ever the same. It comes on all the time, so I got to watch it next time.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, buddy.
You be well.
You too, bud. Congratulations. That was Ray Scott, former 30 Detroit. He won the Detroit Pistons greats.
Top 30.
Top
That's
30. That's pretty good.
They've had a lot of great ones.
Lambeer, Dumars, Isaiah Thomas. Yes, absolutely. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand. First to help with community events and fundraisers. First to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations. First to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events. And most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together. That's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Customers agree. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Since 1998, their mission has been to keep folks happy by helping them scoot in and scoot out quickly while roasting their coffee from the top 10% of specialty beans in the world. Choose from hot drinks like their Caramelicious and Honey Vanilla Latte to cold offerings like the Strawberry Acai Quencher and Iced Mocha. They've also got smoothies, teas, and blenders. You'll agree, too. There's just something about Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooter's Coffee, 547 Highway 72 West in Athens at Town Center. Scooter's Coffee. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Alabama.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Shotgun formation, two backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to the second man through. Touchdown!
Join us this upcoming season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC. While we've got a few minutes left, let's check out some local announcements. James Clemens Youth Volleyball Camp will be June 27th and 28th from 9 a.m. till noon for rising 1st through 6th graders. Cost is $75. For more information, go to the Youth Summer Camps link at jcathletics.net. Athens Baseball Kids Camp will be June 27th through 29th from 9 a.m. till noon for ages 5 to 12. Cost is $100. To sign up, go online to athenshighschoolsportscamps.com. For more information, you can email chuck.smith@acs-k12.org. Clemens Volleyball is having a Boston Butt fundraiser. Cost is $45. Pick up at the school on June 30th. You can contact any player to order. Tanner Youth Cheer sign-ups are going on during the month. For more information, call 559-6642 or 874-6161. HITS Athletic Training will have tryouts for their 10U and 12U baseball teams at their field at the Old Athens Middle School. 10U tryouts will be July 1st. 12U will be July 8th. For more information on 10U, call 924-4156. For 12U, call 617-2538. Fall registration for Rec League and Elite League baseball and softball will be going on throughout July. Rec League is for ages 5 to 13. Cost is $50 per player. Elite League age groups are 8U, 10U, and 12U. Cost is $500 per team. For more information, call 233-8740. Lindsay Lane will be having a basketball camp July 11th through 13th for kids kindergarten through 8th grades. Cost is $75. For more information, go online to lindsaylanechristianacademy.org and look for the elementary basketball camp link. Athens High will have a men and boys camp July 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Athens Stadium. Cost is $30. For any additional boys, the cost is $10. For more information, go online to athenshighschoolsportscamps.com. Athens High will have a volleyball camp for 1st through 6th graders July 13th and 14th from 9 till 11 a.m. Cost is $60. For more information, go online to athenshighschoolsportscamps.com. Athens High will have a football for women camp July 14th from 6 till 8 p.m. at Athens Stadium. Cost is $20. For more information, go online to athenshighschoolsportscamps.com. Calhoun Baseball will have an uncommitted showcase on July 20th. For more information, go online to calhoun.edu/summer-camps. Calhoun will also host a summer basketball camp at the Athens Rec Center for ages 7 to 17 on July 25th and 26th. Pre-registration through July 22nd is $75. After that, it will be $90. For more information, call 233-8740. There will also be a Junior Prospect one-day showcase hosted by Calhoun Women's Basketball on July 30th from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Spots are limited. Register online at calhoun.edu/junior showcase by July 1st for $50. After that, it's $65. For more information, you can call Coach Candace Bird Vinson at 306-2867 or email candace.bird@calhoun.edu. If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
Hey guys, this is Abby with CEI Bookstore. I wanted to personally invite you to our annual Truth Lectureship happening July 11th through 14th at Athens Bible School. This year, the theme is I Believe in Jesus, an apologetic defense of faith in Jesus Christ. Our evening singing and keynote lectures start at 7 p.m. and with day lectures from 8 to 12. Want more information about Truth Lectures? Check out truthlectures.com or stop by CEI Bookstore. We look forward to seeing you the second week of July.
The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sanderford Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Alabama High School Sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Check out the WKAC sports page. Go to WKAC1080.com and click on the WKAC sports icon. You can listen to the current sports stream as well as game archives, past coaches shows, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk on demand. If you're on your smartphone, you can stay automatically updated as new items are posted. The WKAC sports page. Another reason why your best source for Limestone County sports is WKAC1080.com and 1080 WKAC. You've been listening to the best of Tailgate Talk. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.